I'm Engineer Cadet Discartin, and I will explaining to you how heat and temperature works of our daily lives. Heat and temperature are some of the most relevant concepts in physics. It's determine the motion of energy. Heat is a transfer of energy from one object to another simply because of a temperature difference. It always flows from a hotter object to a colder object until both objects are the same temperature. A point called is thermal equilibrium. Temperature. Temperature is a physical quantity that measures how hot or cold an object is. In physics, it tells us the average kinetic energy of a particles in a substance. Like for example, if the particles move slower, lower temperature. If the particles move faster, higher temperature.
Hi, I'm Alibio. I will explain how motion and force works. Motion is when an object goes from one place to another or changing its position. For example, that person is walking, so it's changing its position. Force is when any action such as dropping, pushing, and dragging moves and changes its place. For example, that student pick up his bag and put it on the table.
Hi, I'm Engine Cadet Bracero, and I will explaining to you what is equilibrium. What is equilibrium? Equilibrium is a state of balance where all forces or influences acting on something are equal, so there's no change happening. In science, this means mechanical equilibrium. An object is in equilibrium when the forces acting on it are balanced and the object is not accelerating.
Hi, I am Engineer Cadet Balanay, and I will explaining to all of you of how conversion and measurement of units works in our daily life. What are measurements? Measurements are how we tell the size, amount, or weight of something. It's like when you ask how tall I am, how heavy is my bag, how long is this table. We can just guess, so we measure this.
Example, we measure length in centimeters or meters. We measure weight in kilograms or grams. We measure liquid in millimeters or liters.
What is conversions of units? Conversion means changing a measurement from one to another without changing the actual size. It's like saying the same thing in a different way.
For example, we have 1 meter stick, and 1 meter stick is equals to 100 centimeters. This stick then shrink and grow. You're just describing it using another unit.
Hi, I'm Engineer Paclipan, and here's a quick look at kinematics. Kinematics is the study of motion. It explains how objects move, not why they move. Distance is the total path traveled, while displacement is a straight line from start to finish. Speed is how fast something moves, and velocity is speed with direction, like the rotational movement of propeller shaft, turning forward or astern.
Acceleration is any change in velocity when something speeds up, slows down, or changes any direction.
In short, motion follows patterns, and kinematics help us understand and measure those patterns both on land and at sea. That is kinematics, simple, clear, and everywhere. And that's all for real-life application of math, science, and technology on NJEC 9.